Hello, my friends. And the activity of Russians today show no signs of slowing down with 145 assaults in the past day, and that's quite a lot. So let's start with the Kharkiv direction because here occupiers conducted 13 assaults in the past day. Although the Ukrainian Armed Forces managed to somewhat stabilize the front line, the occupiers continue to assault Vovchansk. They have already reached the outskirts and are now attempting to break through further. So the city is being completely leveled. And the Ukrainian Armed Forces have shown how Vovchansk looked yesterday evening. So it's evident that everything is in smoke and the shelling continues so relentlessly. Additionally, offensive actions on the village of Staritsa persist, with shelling reported in the adjacent frontline settlements. Unofficially, there are reports again that the occupiers have entered the village of Buhrovatka. So they have been there before and the Ukrainian Armed Forces outstepped them. So now we wait to see what happens this time. And official information regarding the Kharkiv direction today sounds like this. In certain areas in the vicinity of Yanivka and Vovchansk, due to the enemy fire and assault actions, in order to preserve the lives of our servicemen and avoid losses, units have maneuvered and relocated to more advantageous positions. The battles continue. So on the Western Front, the situation has worsened. So the General Staff reported that offensive actions are underway in the vicinity of the dam, as well as near the village of Liptsi. So furthermore, attacks from Russian territory have begun in the area of the villages of Zelene and Neskuchne. So they are also breaking through the fields near these settlements. And meanwhile, the fighting for the village of Lukyantsy continues. So photos of dragon teeth in the area of the village of Liptsi have appeared online, which Russian forces have approached today. So outskirts of the village of Liptsi in Kharkiv region, that's the gift. Dragon's teeth from Ukrainian taxpayers to the enemy. According to soldiers, these obstacles have been lying idle since the summer of 2023. So friends, I'm not sure how accurate this information is, but it seems to be the case. So it's clear that the Russians are advancing quite rapidly, and unfortunately these dragon's teeth will now be deployed by Russians and turned into defensive lines at the expense of Ukrainian money. So meanwhile, Russian propagandists and experts are figuring out how to capture Kharkiv. So let me show you. So it's very unpleasant to listen to these creatures, but we must know the plans and perspectives from the Russian side. So meanwhile, because the occupiers plan to advance into Sumy region, residents with a 5-kilometer zone are recommended to evacuate. So, and meanwhile, Zelensky stated that Syrsky, Sorry, we didn't stop. Okay. Meanwhile, Zelensky stated that Syrskyi personally is in the hot zones of the front line. So, and now let's move on to the situation along the front line, starting with the Kupiansk direction. So, because for a potential incursion into the area of Kharkiv, it's very important for the occupiers to take Kupiansk and then move on. So, but today battles are still ongoing for Sinkivka, with several groups attempting to break through immediately to capture the village. And similarly, battles are underway for Petropavlivka and also Ivanivka. So here, with over 10 attacks in the past day, but the front line hasn't changed. In the area of Svatova, so battles are underway for Berestove, also Stelmachivka, also Myasozharivka. So it's here, and of course Novoyegorivka. So it's evident that the activity is quite high, yet the Ukrainian forces managed to maintain defense and the front line hasn't changed in the past day. In the area of Kremenna, so the occupiers are attempting near the village of Makiyivka. So, and of course Terny. But the activity is not the highest, with 2 attacks per day, and the front line remains unchanged. In the Siversk direction, so the occupiers conducted 5 assaults in the area of Spirne and Verkhnyo-Kamensk, but elsewhere only shelling is reported and the front line remains unchanged as before, so there are no successes for the Russians here. In the Chasiv Yar direction, so the occupiers are assaulting the Novy micro-district. And as before, they are attempting to capture the remaining part of Ivanivsk. So they are attacking also Klishchiivka with several groups, and battles are ongoing near Andriivka. And the General Staff reported also combat actions near the village of Bilahora. So here, and if this is not a mistake, then perhaps the Russians are breaking through in this direction. However, there have been no changes along the front line in the past day, although the Russians conducted 12 assaults. In the direction of Pokrovsk, so 33 assaults were recorded within the day, and the main battles are taking place in the area of Novo-Alexandrivka, where, as before, they cannot capture the village and reach the important highway for them. So battles are also ongoing for Yevhenivka, also Kalinove, so here, and then Sokil, Novoselivka, Persha, then the outskirts of Umansk and Netailove. So overall, activity along the front line is at its maximum. Moreover, shelling continues in intensified regime, but despite numerous difficulties, the Ukrainian Armed Forces managed to stabilize the front line here, and there have been no changes. In the direction of Kurakhove, so the occupiers conducted 7 assaults, attempting to capture a part of Krasnohorivka. Also, attacks on Georgievka have resumed, and battles are ongoing in the area of Novomykhailivka. So it seems that here the Ukrainian forces are attempting a counterattack. Therefore, it's evident that the Ukrainian forces won't allow the occupiers to advance without resistance. Hence, the battles continue. in the direction of Vuhledar. So the occupiers conducted 10 assaults in the area of Vadiane and also Staromayorsk. So the activity is clearly significant. However, the Ukrainian Armed Forces continue to successfully hold their defense, and the destruction of the advancing occupiers persists. In the Zaporizhia direction. So the occupiers conducted 3 assaults near Robotine, but they didn't achieve any success, and the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Kherson, so 5 assaults on the village of Krinky have been recorded, and shelling continues on both the left and right banks. However, the Ukrainian Armed Forces maintain on their positions and maintain control over the foothold as before. So also, today, Prime Minister of Slovakia, Robert Fico, was the target of an assassination attempt during a shooting after a cabinet minute. And what is known about the Prime Minister of Slovakia, Fico, so who was the target of the assassination attempt? So the Slovak government blocked the allocation of a package of military aid to Ukraine amounting to 43 million euros. Also, Fico promised that Slovakia wouldn't support Ukraine's application for NATO membership, as he considered it the greatest nonsense. Also, he stated that the country would no longer provide military aid to Kyiv, and also he claimed that Western military aid to Ukraine is pointless and only leads to an increase in the number of casualties. And Fico considers anti-Russian sanctions to have a negative impact on the residents of Slovakia. So, eyewitnesses and the politician security promptly apprehended the attacker, and a helicopter urgently transported Fico to the hospital, where he is probably due to undergo surgery. So, let's see how the situation develops further. And for this time, it's all from me. Of course, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So see you next time. Bye bye.